Boom shakalaka, it has happened, guys. We are entering the final phase of the bull run. Proof in today's video that it is now happening, why you need to have an exit strategy, and I'm going to share my exact exit strategy at the end of this video. Stay tuned. What's up, everyone? Randall here from Crypto Love. It is proven Bitcoin is entering the final phase. The top is incoming, most likely a lot more quickly than a lot of us would like it to come. Maybe not much time left to buy in. But in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly why we are entering the final phase, where it is going, share some interesting new charts with you. And at the end of the episode, I'm going to share with you my exact exit strategy. So if you want to know what I'm doing, you can follow along. Before we get started, guys, today's episode is sponsored by Prime XBT, the #1 Bitcoin platform for active trading. With Prime XBT, you're able to trade Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, Forex, stock indices, and commodities all in one platform. Built for novice and experienced traders alike, Prime XBT offers leverage trading, long and short trading options, and easy-to-use co-vesting tools to maximize your profits, even if you're just getting started. As a new trader, it's easy to become overwhelmed with confusing charts and complicated trading strategies, but with Prime XBT's co-vesting tools, you can sit back and relax as expert traders make the hard decision for you. Create your free Prime XBT account today and use code CryptoLove for a 50% bonus on your first deposit. Now, guys, this chart today from Trading Shot is very interesting. Before I tell you about this chart, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and let's get into it. Trading Shot takes a look at the last two cycles, this being the third cycle of Bitcoin, 2014, 2017, and now. And basically, every time that Bitcoin bounces off this 1.382 fib, you can see it bounces off right here. You can see it bounces off right here. And right now, again, Bitcoin is bouncing off the 1.382 fib. Every time it does that, Bitcoin peaks pretty rapidly. Now, with Bitcoin doing that right now, the peak would be happening going up to the 2.382, around $288,000 in the very near future for the cycle top before the price comes down. We're entering the final phase. It's happening now. It's very important to start thinking about what you're going to do. And this is just echoing what we've heard recently from Willy Woo, where he says retail has arrived the last 4 weeks. Welcome to the middle phase of the bull market. This one's like no other. Also like what Peter Brandt says, where we have the feeling of halfway home. Trading Shot, one of my favorite traders on TradingView, is saying the same exact thing. As a matter of fact, he goes on to see that he says, as you can see on every single cycle, every time the multiple 1 was hit, the market top all-time high didn't take too long to be achieved. Since the multiple 1 has already been hit this year, this suggests that not only is Bitcoin entering the final phase of the parabola, but also there aren't many strong pullback opportunities left for those who haven't entered yet. So, not many opportunities left. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at it, every time that Bitcoin hits the orange area where we are on the Bitcoin rainbow price chart, it goes up to the red within about a month or two. So it could be happening a lot more quickly than anybody's expecting. Now, if we compare this cycle with the last cycle in 2017, we can see in 2017, there were about 6 pullbacks greater than 20%. Well, so far we've had about 4 big pullbacks. So you could say we're about 2/3 of the way there. No matter which way you slice it, it looks like Bitcoin is nearing the end very soon. So because that's happening, it will be good to have a strategy. Now, first thing, if you're not in Bitcoin and altcoins yet and you're watching my channel, what are you doing? Why are you not invested? Everybody's looking to buy the bottom. They're waiting for the dip. Well, Willy Woo says it best here. If you're looking for an entry to hodl Bitcoin long-term, don't nickel and diamond entry. You're not going to sweat a few $1,000s of non-perfect entry when it's $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in a year. The main bull phases here, capital inflows, has gone nuts. Now, if we take a look at the inflows to Bitcoin, it turns out that the people who bought Bitcoin in 2017 are becoming the strongest hodlers, according to this new data. So it appears that most of the Bitcoin transacted during January was Bitcoin sitting for less than 3 years. So most of the selling was Bitcoin that was held for less than 3 years, as the Bitcoin resting for 3 to 5 years actually increased by 0.8%. 25%, totally unperturbed by price volatility. Way to go, hodlers. These are the folks who have been holding ever since the last price spike of 15.5 in January 2018, or from 431 in January 2016. So it seems like the majority of hodlers have been in it for a long time. And this goes on further to verify what Willy Woo was showing in this chart here, where it seems like the small to medium holders, which I think are most of the people who are getting into it in the past few years, look at it. It's continuing to grow. The largest growing sector right now is the small and medium holders. The only one that's growing bigger than that is basically the institutions. So it seems like Bitcoin is turning to hodlers. Now, if we take a look today, this basically compares Bitcoin with what's happening with gold ever since institutions start buying into Bitcoin. This dotted line right here shows when institutions like MicroStrategy started buying into Bitcoin. Look at MicroStrategy, goes up. Look at Bitcoin, goes up. Look at gold, going down. Looks like institutions and probably gold bugs as well are turning away from gold and actually turning towards Bitcoin. They realize that it is a much better asset to hold. Now today, the big news, Coinbase lists it lists Bitcoin creator among the business risks. But if we take a look at what their prospectus they released on Thursday for getting listed, per his prospectus, Coinbase noted that the identification of Satoshi Nakamoto, the pseudonymous person or persons who develop Bitcoin, or the transfer of Satoshi's Bitcoins as a risk factor. These are interesting things to know because we all know that Bitcoin price is going up, aside from a black swan event. And these are interesting things to know because, yes, if Satoshi were revealed or if Satoshi moved his coins, yeah, that would definitely impact the price of Bitcoin. Not only that, but they also listed negative perceptions of Bitcoin and ETH, unpredictable social media coverage, or trending crypto assets as a risk factor. And this I find very interesting, this last one. Coinbase specifically names DeFi protocols including Ethereum, Tron, Polkadot, and Solana in explaining risks from DeFi growth. Now, I don't exactly know how to interpret that, but that one is very interesting. They're naming these 4 exact products, ETH, Tron, Polkadot, and Solana, as a risk for their business in its upcoming listing. So, big news for Bitcoin. We're going to the top, most likely a lot more quickly than anybody's expecting. Okay, how soon? Potentially within about a month or two. I mean, this is very relevant because here's what happened this week. I still work a normal job. And at this normal job, nobody's talked about Bitcoin for years. However, the past week, 4 people talking about Bitcoin. One talking about buying it, another one saying, ooh, Bitcoin had a big day yesterday when it crashed, and then 2 more joking about how they heard about Bitcoin on the radio and the move to digital currencies, and, soon people are going to be buying pot with Bitcoin. And I'm like, no, that happened in 2014. But anyways, so Bitcoin is on people's tongues right now. We had a mild price pullback. Guess what? When it doubles, goes up to $100,000, all of these people are going to want to be buying in because people are going to be talking about how it's going up to 288. And at that time, that's when you're going to be needing to get out of the market before it crashes back down to probably somewhere between $30,000 and $50,000. Now, what am I doing on my exit strategy? Well, this is pretty much my exit strategy. And it's simple. I don't even need to explain it to you. You probably know what it is already, right? Nah, not really. Okay, so here's what it is. 25% of all my crypto, not selling no matter what, okay? Because you have to remember, it's a long game. Probably if Bitcoin goes up to $100,000 this halving, it'll go up to $1 million next one, and then maybe 10 million after that. So kind of a long game. So whatever you hold is about 10 times more valuable. So 25%, I'm not touching. But what I do want is I want 4 to 5 years of expenses. So I know exactly how much this is and how much I need to take out and how much I need to take out to pay for taxes for that. So I want that to basically get me to the next explosive bull market. Because I've been through a bear market. It kind of sucks, but you can get through it. So as long as I have that to get me through that, then I'll be fine. And then lastly, depending on if I want to spend the rest of it or just hold the rest of it, I would be looking to buy investment real estate, stocks and precious metals like gold. Okay. Why investment real estate? Because other than Bitcoin, that's like the best investment you can have. What about stocks? Am I buying Tesla? No, I'm buying a low cost index fund because very few traders can do actually better than holding a low cost index fund. And then lastly, gold, because hey, that's how you preserve wealth, by buying gold and or Bitcoin maybe. So that's all for today's video. We talked about how Bitcoin is going to have some explosive growth potentially within the next month. We talked about some black swan risk factors to look out for and my particular exit strategy for 2021. Every day I'm watching. Probably after Bitcoin gets past 75,000, I'm going to start thinking about doing some of this stuff gradually. So thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I will catch you later. Peace.